Hello and welcome back. It's great to be here with you. Yoga unfolding, right? So just some opening up, right? Some kind of turning within, right? Checking out how we're doing, how we're feeling. So tonight we're going to do some stuff on our hands and knees. You're going to want to make sure that you have an extra blanket or a towel to pad the knees. If you're on carpet at home, that's great. If you're on a hardwood floor like I am, having the mat and then a blanket or two would be helpful. All right. So I'm going to start tonight by reading out of my meditation book, The Experience of Fullness. What does fullness feel like to you? To some people, it feels like contentment or satisfaction. To others, fullness evokes a state of being on the verge of overflowing with love. Fullness can feel like satisfaction, a deep sense of calm, or an expansive sense of joy. So we're talking about like fullness in the heart, right? Fullness might feel like completion, as if there is nothing you need to change. The experience of fullness cannot be completely described. When your heart is so rich with feeling that you have no words, that is fullness. So I thought today maybe we could focus on fullness, like finding some, fullness in our heart, right? Fullness, that sense of peace and completion. Like there's not something that has to be done, right? It's here. We're here. Right, we're full. So let's start tonight. Yay, Tammy! I'm glad that you're here. I hope you're feeling better. Let's start tonight in a seated position. So finding a comfortable seated position, and I like to give myself a little bit of height. Right, so just sitting up a little bit, you can sit however it's comfortable for you, right? Yes, like when you hold the baby. That is Tammy's texting me. So that is a perfect definition of fullness, right? When you're holding your grandbaby or your baby, or, maybe it's your puppy or your kitten, right? But that sense of love, that sense of connection, right? Where there's no words, like nothing else needs to be done and your heart is full. That's what we're talking about. So we'll kind of focus on that as we move through our practice today. So it's just taking a seat and coming into our breath. So maybe closing the eyes, sitting in a comfortable position, whatever that means for you. And sitting tall, imagining that there's a little string right at the top of your skull, lifting your spine, right? Lifting your torso so that you're in a nice lifted position, but the body's relaxed and connected to the earth. Maybe start by inhaling through the nose, bringing it down into the belly, and exhale everything. And as you exhale, begin to allow the day, the thoughts, the people, like whatever's going on, whatever has come before this moment, let it go, right? On that exhale, let it all go. Feeling yourself connected to the earth, rooting down, right? Just connecting, softening the belly a little bit. Next time you inhale, see if you can bring it from the belly into the rib cage, right? Nice, deep, full breath. Exhale everything. Keep the eyes closed and begin to notice the movement of the body as you breathe, right? Noticing the belly expand, the ribs expand and lift. Maybe we're up into the chest is lifting, shoulder blades are lifting and widening a little bit on the inhale, and then the opposite happens on the exhale. Relax the jaw, the face, the mouth, the tongue, the throat. Tune into the base of the skull, the back of the neck for a moment, base of the skull. And just see if we can find a little widening there, right? So maybe the head pulls back slightly, maybe the chin tucks a little bit, just enough to feel a little widening at the base of the skull. Shoulders are relaxed. Nice. Let's open the eyes and let's inhale the arms up. Exhale down. Beautiful. Again, inhale up. Exhale down. Keep that going. All right, lifting up, maybe looking at the sky now as we inhale up. Exhale down, bringing the chin back to center. Again, inhale up, lift the eyes. Reach towards the sky. Exhale down, chin back to center. Let's do that one more time. Inhale up. Nice. Exhale down. Plant the right hand on the earth. Let's inhale the left arm up. Exhale over the body. Nice. Inhale, left arm back towards the sky. Exhale the left hand down. Plant the left hand on the earth. Inhale, right arm up and over. Exhale over. Inhale, right arm towards the sky. Reach out of the right hip. Exhale down. So we're going to do that again. You can do this as gently or as rigorously as you want. Exhaling over, nice little side stretch into the left side. Inhale, back towards the sky. Exhale, left hand towards the earth. Lovely. Right arm up. Reach towards the sky. Exhale over. Nice. Inhale, back towards the sky. Exhale down. Let's do that one more time on each side. Nice. Left arm up. Reach towards the sky. Exhale the arm over. Oh, feel that nice stretch. Inhale back towards the sky. Exhale, right hand down. Nice. Left arm up. Reach towards the sky. Exhale over. Lovely. Inhale back towards the sky. Exhale down. Pause here, coming back into that breath. Notice if there's a little elongation in the side, a little elongation on the sides of the body. Is the breath a little deeper, a little fuller? Always knowing that the answers are yes, no, and I don't know. All right, perfectly acceptable answer. All right, from here we'll do a little cat-cow. So just bringing the hands onto the legs in a comfortable position. If you're sitting up, because that's not comfortable for all of us, right? So you could be sitting like this, that's fine too. However you're sitting is fine. But what we're going to do is we're going to round the back, drop the head, and then we're going to lift the chest and chin between the shoulders, right? Little cat-cow, seated cat-cow, rounding and lifting. Keep that going, all right? I prefer to sit cross-legged. Round and lift. Couple more times. Rounding. Feeling the spine open up. Lift the chest. Feel the chest open up. Let's do one more time like this. Nice. Do this again. Come into a rounded position and then let's circle over the hips. All right, so circling the body, rounding behind us, arching as we come forward. Again, this can be as rigorous or as easy as you want it today. You get to decide what works for you today in this moment. Breathing as you go. Nice. Next time we're in a rounded position, let's reverse the circle, going in the opposite direction. Breathing as you move. Oh, it's kind of nice to close the eyes and just feel the fluidity of the body. you know, we're getting to do our practice in our homes, so there's a lot of privacy. There's, you know, if you feel sometimes like you're comparing yourself with others, there might be a certain lack of judgment right now in your practice. That's really lovely, you know, so really like get into that, gently coming back to center. We'll do a little twist from here, so go ahead and take your right hand and place it on the left knee. You're going to sit up nice and tall. Again, you've got that little string pulling out of the crown of your head, and just gently twist the body over to the left. And then go ahead and open your eyes and look all the way behind you. All right, see if you can look into like that right glute. Stretching out the eyeballs a little bit. Nice. Gently unwind. Left hand on the right knee. Right hand comes behind you, turning over to the right. Again, go as far as you can. Open your eyes and see if you can look behind you. So easy stretch here. Gently unwind. Shake the hands out a little bit. All right. Roll the shoulders up and back and down. All right. Up on an inhale, back, exhale them down. Let's do it a couple more times. Back and down. One more time. Up and back and down. Nice. All right. Let's roll onto our backs. So coming onto our backs, keep the knees bent for a moment and just pause here. Bring the arms a comfortable distance from the body, palms up so that the shoulders are rolled out and the chest is open. And from here, gently push the shoulders down into the earth. As you do that, make sure that that low back doesn't arch up, right? Like let the low back stay heavy. Gently push the shoulders into the earth and then release that. Again, we'll push the shoulders into the earth. Notice what happens with the spine. Go ahead and release that. So seriously, with your eyes closed, feeling a tension in the spine, all right, all along the length of the spine. Again, push the shoulders into the earth. Notice what happens. Keep that low back connected. Okay, so there might be a little effort in the core. That's okay. Hold this and then gently release. So can you guys, hi Miguel, can you guys feel that? Can you feel what happens with the shoulder blades? Can you kind of feel what's happening with your spine? Like there's a lot happening, right? Just by doing that. So I want you to do that one more time, paying attention, right? So go ahead. You're laying on the earth. For those of you just joining us, you're laying on the earth. Push the shoulders down into the earth. Make sure that low back stays connected, breathing into that, and then release. All right, nice. So small movements can have, you know, quite an effect on the body. From here, let's bring the arms up overhead in a comfortable, sustainable position. So maybe they're in that cactus or victory pose with the elbows slightly higher than the shoulders. All right. If this is not comfortable, find your blanket, find a towel, and place it under whichever arm or both arms if they're not on the earth and they're not comfortable. Trust me, the breath will be so much better if you take the time to make sure that your body is supported. All right, breathing here for a moment. Let's walk the feet a little bit further apart, all right, and maybe a little bit closer to the torso. So one more time, feeling a tension at the low back. Let's come into that low back. Let's make sure that that low back is connected to the earth. So for me, that means a slight tilting of the pelvis, right? In order to keep that low back connected, she wants to arch and not be connected. And then from here, next time we exhale, we're going to exhale both knees down to the left. Right hip can come up. Go ahead and inhale through center. Inhale through that low back. Keep that low back connected. Exhale the knees to the right. Left hip can come up. Again, as we inhale through center, we connect the low back. We let the knees come down. All right, grace and gravity is taking the knees down. The effort is through center. Keep this going. You can start to rock your head in the same direction as the knees. So it's a nice, easy movement. Once you've done this a couple of times, you might want to move your feet, all right? So the further apart the feet are from each other, and the closer to the torso, the more this is going to get into that quadricep, right, top of the thigh. You decide what works best for you. A few more here. Nice. All right, next time the knees come down to the left, let's hang out here for a moment. So just bringing the knees down to the left. Roll the head to the left. Maybe even lift that head up and come all the way onto the left ear. So right arm gets heavy. Nice. Go ahead and straighten the right arm on the earth, reaching towards the wall behind you. Push that right knee down a little bit. So just feeling the length along the right side of the body. Breathing into that. Nice deep breaths. So gravity is doing most of the work here. The shape of our bodies is doing most of the work here. But we can help. Right? We can help by pushing that knee down a little bit, by reaching the right fingertips away from center. You can feel that first layer of fascia starting to stretch, right? Starting to open up, creating space for prana, right? Space for that sense of fullness, that sense of contentment, right? Like move out the gunk, move out the stuff that doesn't serve, and let's fill it with a sense of ease and happiness and joy. Soften the right elbow. Inhale the knees and head to center, and just pause and breathe and notice. So notice if perhaps the right nostril is opened up. Right, that flow of prana through the body. We have these energy centers in the body, and we probably just open some up on the right side. And then next time you exhale, go ahead and exhale the knees to the right. Turn the head to the right, maybe lifting the head up, coming all the way onto the right ear. Breathing here for a moment. Go ahead and straighten that left arm out. Maybe push the left knee down a little bit and just stretching into the left side of the body. So really becoming aware of the left side of the body. Nice deep breathing here. Great. Soften that left elbow. Inhale the knees and head to center. Pause here for a moment, allowing the low back to get a little heavy. Bring the hands to the belly and breathe. Go ahead and walk the feet a little bit closer towards each other, so they're about hip distance apart, all right? Let's bring the left knee in towards the chest and give that left knee a little squeeze, all right? And then we're going to straighten the left leg, leading with the heel. So flex the left foot, and then allow the left leg to straighten. And then gently, ever so gently, maybe pull this leg towards you. If you find that you don't have the flexibility, yet in that left leg to be able to reach it, maybe grab a strap, all right, to sort of help you hold that leg up and increase that stretch. So you decide what works best for you. I would like the left leg as straight as possible and just breathing into that for a moment. So just stretching out through the hamstring, the back of the knee, the calf, the Achilles. Nice deep breaths here. Beautiful. We're not going to hold this too long. Go ahead and bend the right knee. Left knee, sorry. Sometimes I do it backwards and sometimes I don't. Go ahead and bring the right knee in. Place the left foot on the earth. Give the right knee a little squeeze. All right, and then straighten the right leg. Again, leading with the heel. So it's a nice straight leg. Breathing into this. And, you know, I don't know, just like do it to the point where it feels good, right? That thigh is, the back of the thigh is stretching out a little bit here. Nice. Go ahead and bend the right knee. Let's bend the left knee. And roll a little bit here side to side. All right, we're going to come back to center. We're going to bring the knees up towards, the legs up towards the sky. Arms are next to the body. Palms are facing down. And let's point and flex the feet. Pointing and flexing. Right? So here I like to keep the knees a little soft. I like to keep them apart. Right? They're about hip distance apart. Circle the ankles around in one direction. Breathing as you go. And then circle in the opposite direction. Nice. And then we'll stop circling and just breathe into the feet for a moment. Breathing into the ankles, the calves, the shins. Like just taking a moment to really appreciate the flow of prana in the body. Flow of energy, flow of oxygen, flow of chi, right? Whatever you want to call it. And then allow the legs to drop to opposite sides. Nice little stretch into the inner thigh. If this feels a little too intense because the legs are very heavy, right? We have heavy bones in the legs. You can bend the knees. You'll still get that stretch in the inner thigh. That's what we're looking for. A little bit of a stretch into the inner thigh. Breathing here. And sometimes it's good to point and flex the feet. It just kind of takes your attention off that inner thigh stretch. Couple more breaths. Nice. Let's bend the knees. Bring the knees towards center. Give a little squeeze into the chest. All right. And then let's rock it up. Go ahead and come on up. And like if you're like me and you have your socks on, it might be a good time to take the socks off. All right. So we're going to come onto our hands and knees, and we're gonna do a little bit on the hands and knees. And I know for some of you, being on the knees can be a little bit challenging. All right. So you want to make sure that you've got some padding here. And you can always, at any time, if you're not, if you're not feeling it, come out of it, right? Come into child's pose, come out of it. But we're going to start in a table pose. So I'm going to give a little bit of padding for the knees. The other thing we kind of want to pay attention to are the hands, right? So sometimes our wrists can be a little sensitive, right? So when we come onto hands and knees, you want to make sure that your fingers are spread apart and you're taking your weight into the ball of your hand and your fingers, right? The tendency is to sit into the heel of the hand, which can stress out the wrist a little bit. So we want to put more of the weight towards the front of the hands, all right? I mean, we kind of want it evenly distributed, but I don't know, the heels just tend to feel a little bit more comfortable when we're doing it, but then we end up paying for that, right? So for now, let me just make sure I'm centered here. Okay, so for now, we're just going to come into a nice, easy tabletop. And we'll do a little cat-cow from here, right? So rounding the spine, dropping the head, and then arching the back, lifting the chin and chest. Oh, okay. Keep this going. So the breath, right? Most classes that you go to are going to exhale on the round and inhale on the arch. You need to do what's best for you. For me, it's an inhale on the round and an exhale on the arch. Let's take this into a barrel roll. So now as we round the back, we're going to roll out to the side. We're going to drop the chin and chest to the earth and roll on up. I like to exhale on the way down and inhale on the way up. Most of the weight is in my legs, not in my hands. Close your eyes. Feel the fluidity of your body. Head's relaxed, neck is relaxed, easy. Like imagine, I always think of a hamster. Next time you're in a rounded position, reverse your circle, going in the opposite direction. I don't know if you've ever seen a hamster squish under a doorway, but they're pretty amazing. Breathing as you go. Couple more times. Nice. Again, feeling the fluidity of your body. And then next time you come back into a neutral position, go ahead and come into child's pose. So, booty on the heels, belly down, forehead down, and breathe. So this is your out in any yoga class, right? Child's pose is your out. It's like your free space. All right, great. So let's come back onto hands and knees. So from here, we're going to stretch the right leg out, keep the right toes on the floor for the moment, all right? And then lift the left arm up, all right, shoulder height, all right? And then we're going to make sure that the weight is evenly distributed between the hand and the knee and the leg. So the tendency, because the leg is stronger, is to kind of rely on the leg more. But here's how you know you're centered. You're going to feel your core kick on a little bit as we gently lift the right leg up hip height, okay? Does that make sense? All right, breathing into this. Now, you can, I was going to say something and I completely forgot what I was going to say. Okay, so breathing here. If the balance is challenging, you can always drop the right toes a little bit. Let's hold 5 more. 3, push the chest up. 2, 1, nice. Release the hand, release the foot. Go ahead, bring the knee in. Go ahead and bring it back into child's pose and breathe. Breathing here for a moment. Nice deep breaths. All right, go ahead and bring it back to center, okay? Now, we're going to extend that right leg again, right? And this time what we're going to do is we're going to roll over onto the inside of the right foot. So my heel is in line with my left foot. I'm going to lift my right arm up towards the sky and open up here. Okay, breathing into this. And then maybe we can lift that right leg. Again, you want it about hip height. Breathing here. And let's hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, go ahead and drop the hand. Bring that right knee back in. All right. Let's straighten our left leg. Toes on the ground to start. Right arm comes up. Again, we want to check our weight, that it's evenly distributed between the left hand and the right leg, and then lift that left leg up and breathe. Okay, again, keep pushing the chest away. Eyes are maybe on the floor in front of you, right? You really don't want to lift the head if possible. You want to keep that neck in line. Keep pushing the chest away. And let's hold this. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the toes. Bring the hand down. Bend that left knee. Go ahead, come into child's pose for a moment and breathe. Nice. All right, come back into your table pose. Extend your left leg. Roll onto the inside of the left foot. Bring that left leg in line with the right. All right? And then go ahead and bring the left hand up towards the sky, opening the chest. So shoulders are stacked, right? And then maybe we lift the left leg up. Oh, see? All right. And then we hold. So in this balance pose, right? Core is required. Nice. And breathe here. And we're going to hold. 5. Nice. 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently lower the leg. Go ahead and bring the hand down. Roll back onto that left knee. Go ahead and bring it into child's pose for a moment and breathe. Go ahead and roll up for a moment, and let's just shake out our wrists. So we're going to do a little bit more here, so go ahead and circle the hands around in one direction. Circle in the opposite direction. Nice. Interlace the fingers in front of the face. Roll the palms away from the face and gently push away from the chest. Lift the arms up towards the sky. Keep reaching, right? Pushing the arms away from the head. Gently release the arms out to the side, reaching as you go, right? This is an active release. Beautiful. Shake it out a little bit. All right, nice. All right, again, come on to the hands and knees. All right, let's tuck the toes under. All right, straighten out the legs, coming into a plank pose, breathing here for a moment. Again, notice where the weight is on the hands. There's a tendency to push into the heels of the hands. See if you can lean a little bit more into the balls of the hands, the index finger and the thumb. Hold. All right, bring it into downward dog. Nice. And breathe here for a moment. Maybe you want to bend one knee and then the other. That might feel good. Or you might want to just hang out here for a moment. You decide. Breathing. You can shake the head out a little bit here. It feels kind of nice. All right, let's look in between our hands and let's step our right foot forward. All right, bring the left knee down. Now, if you had to do that in 2 steps, that's fine. All right. And what we're going to do here is we're just going to rock back and forth a little bit. All right, rocking. Rocking. Nice. All right, come into drop the hips forward. All right. I'm going to walk that right foot forward so that the knee is over the ankle. Go ahead and bring the torso up. Breathe here for a moment. Oh, feel that stretch in the front of that left hip? That's kind of good. Nice. Go ahead and bring it back to center. All right. Pull the tailbone down. All right. Pelvis tilts up just a tad. Go ahead and inhale the arms up, shoulder distance apart. Drop the shoulders so they're not up around the ears. Nice. Now maybe from here we can look up towards our hands, lift the chin, and then maybe we even lift the chest a little bit. All right, reaching towards the sky. Nice. Breathing into this. Okay, go ahead and bring the chin back to center. On your next exhale, release the arms down. Bring them behind the body. Interlace the fingers. Interlace them with the awkward pinky on the bottom. Pull down gently. Find your center, involve your core, all right? And then lift the chin, lift the eyes, lift the chest, and breathe. Is the jaw relaxed? Can you find a little more ease in the pose? Nice. Bring the chin back to center. Release the hands. Bring both hands inside of that right foot. Tuck the left toes under. Lift that left leg. And just rock on the left toes a little bit. Oh, this feels so good in that calf, right? That left calf. Okay, so little tricky here, but maybe you can swing that right leg back into plank. Maybe you need to take a couple steps. Whatever you do is fine. Go ahead, bring the knees down. Take the knees apart a little bit. Let's come into child's pose for a moment and breathe. Jaws relaxed. All right, just relax everything for a moment. Nice. Breathing. All right, come back into our table pose. So bring the knees back under the hips. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes under. All right, straighten out the legs. Coming back into that plank pose. Let's hold here for a moment, breathing into this. Notice where the weight is in the hands, right? Trying to bring it into the balls of the hands, like evenly distributed, not just on the heels. Hold this. Nice, beautiful. Go ahead and bring it into your downward dog. Again, you might like to bend one knee and then the other. You decide, or just hang out here. Look in between your hands and then see if you can step the left foot forward. All right, go ahead and drop the right knee and let's just rock back and forth for a moment. It's a nice little gentle rocking here. And then we're gonna eventually bring the hips down. Again, make sure if you have to walk that left foot forward so that the knee is over the ankle. You don't want it hyperextended. Drop the hips forward. Go ahead and bring the arms up. Breathe here for a moment. Hips are still forward. Oh, feels so good. All right, go ahead and bring the torso up into a centered position. Again, find that balance. Pull the tailbone a little bit long. Find the balance. See if you can raise the eyes, raise the chin, lift the chest, right? Not necessarily the shoulders. It's not like we should have the shoulders up above the ears. Really lifting out of the front of the body. Beautiful. Breathing here. Okay, bring the chin back to center. On your next exhale, bring the arms down, hands behind the body. Interlace the fingers. Nice. Interlace them with the awkward pinky on the bottom. Go ahead and pull the hands down a little bit. Find that balance point. Lift the eyes, lift the chin, lift the chest. You can even sort of squeeze the shoulder blades together a little bit here if that feels like it would be good. Nice. Go ahead and bring the chin to center. Release the arms down. Bring both hands on the inside of that left foot. Tuck the right toes under, straighten that right leg. And then again, maybe rock on those right toes a couple times. Breathing. Okay, again, a little tricky here. Plant those hands. Can you maybe swing that left leg back? Come back into our plank pose for a moment. Hold. Bring the knees down. Take the knees a little bit apart and come into child's pose and breathe. And let's bring our hands next to our feet. Allowing the back to open up, right? Shoulders drop down. Nice. Breathe here for a moment. All right, gently roll on up. If this is not a comfortable position to sit in, go ahead and sit on your bottoms. But if you can sit here for a second, let's just sit here for a second. All right. Let's roll our shoulders back. So we want to roll up, push them back, and roll down. Up, back, and down. Nice. Let's do that a couple more times. Luckily, you can't hear what mine are doing. They go like crunch, 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 crunch. All right, couple more times. 2 more times. Oh, especially the right one. So weird. All right, nice. Bring the arms out to the side. All right, and we're just going to rotate the arms from the shoulders, okay? So we're going to rotate all the way forward and then all the way out. And we're all going to have a different level of rotation ability, right? So just maybe you close your eyes and you bring the feeling attention into the shoulder socket and just notice what that feels like. Where is the stopping point, right? Where is the level of flexibility and how comfortable is it? A couple more times. One more time. In and then out. And let's just hold them out for a moment. Rolled all the way out. And then from here, with those, so my palms are rolled almost towards the back of my body. Lift the arms up. Slowly, slowly, slowly. All right. So maybe the hands are facing behind you, palms are behind you. Maybe they're not. Let's breathe here for a moment. And then ever so gently, roll the palms towards me. And then keep rolling them so that they roll away from center. Nice. Gently release the arms down. Beautiful. And just relax the hands. Bring the hands to the thighs and breathe. Close the eyes for a moment. And so as you breathe here, maybe bring the feeling attention into the chest, into the upper back, and just notice if there's a little more spaciousness there. Always knowing that the answers can be no, or I'm not sure. Right, like that's fine. But just noticing. All right. Okay, so let's gently, I'm just checking the time. All right, so let's just gently roll over onto all fours again. So from there, just roll over onto all fours. Go ahead and tuck those toes under. Let's bring it into plank. Go ahead and bring it into downward dog. And then you can hang out here for a few breaths if it feels good. If you want to come out of it, we're all going to eventually come into a forward fold. So you're either going to walk your feet towards your hands or your hands towards your feet, coming into a forward fold. If you want to hang out in downward dog for a few breaths, go ahead and do that. But eventually make your way into a forward fold. Knees are a little soft here, all right? If your hands don't come to the earth, bring them to the legs, right? If the arms are just hanging out, it's not very comfortable. You can always grab opposite elbows and bring the top of the head towards the earth. So whatever works for you. Go ahead and bend those knees a little bit, and then let's just kind of slowly roll it on up. Okay, knees are bent. Chin is tucked into the chest. As we start to slowly come up. Oh, nice. Head is the last thing to come up. And just pause here for a moment, all right? So just pause and breathe into this for a moment. Take a moment to make sure that your body is evenly distributed on your feet and centered. Go ahead and roll the shoulders back again. And then let's take one arm at a time. So we'll start with the left arm. 3 big circles back. And then 3 circles forward. Nice. And then we'll do the right arm. 3 back. And then 3 forward. Nice. And then let's do both arms back. And then forward. All right. And then just shake it out a little bit. Like just shake everything out. Okay. So let's do tree pose. I feel like we've done we've done some nice opening movements, right? And we've done a lot of work on the legs. So maybe we'll come into tree pose. You have options. So depending on where you are, right? Sometimes the flat earth is a little bit, feels a little bit better. Sometimes the sticky mat. If you're on carpet, this can be a little bit tricky. You might want to be by a wall, so at least you know it's there if you feel like you need it. And then you're going to want to find a focal point in your room that's not moving, so not the camera, right? But for a moment, let's close our eyes. Let's go ahead and allow the palms to find each other in front of the sternum, in front of the heart. Let's just stand here in mountain pose, Tadasana, for a moment and breathe. Close your eyes. And, so it's spring, right? Let's picture together maybe a beautiful stone fruit tree. So a peach tree or a plum tree, right? Maybe it's a cherry tree. But just picture that tree in full bloom. Like right before the fruits develop, like the flowers are just blooming all over the tree. The branches are full and light, unlike when the fruit is there and the branches are a little heavier. Feel your trunk connected to the earth. Feeling that tree in full bloom. Open your eyes, right? And then gently lift your right leg up off the earth, all right? And then maybe you're going to bring that all the way so that the bottom of the right foot is into the inner left thigh. Maybe the right foot is just off the earth, like that's good enough. So focus on something that's not moving, right? Either where the wall and the ceiling meet or about 4 feet in front of you on the floor. Maybe you can mimic your tree and open up your branches. Feeling light, balanced, full. Beautiful. On the next exhale, let the arms sweep down. Sweep all the way back to the palms together in front of the sternum. Beautiful. Release the right foot onto the earth. Okay? Recentering. Closing the eyes again for a moment, picturing that tree. Go ahead and open your eyes and lift your left foot up. Again, maybe the sole of the left foot comes into the inner thigh of the right leg. Maybe not. Maybe the foot's just up off the earth. It doesn't matter. As long as you're standing on one leg, go ahead and open your branches to the sunlight of the spirit, breathing into that. Nice, beautiful. Then when you want, on your next exhale, go ahead and bring the arms down. Sweep them all the way back into prayer position. Good job. Not easy. Go ahead and release that left leg down. Shake the legs out a little bit. Okay. Nice. That was good. All right. Tree pose is fun. All right. Let's bring the hands behind the body. Interlace the fingers. Again, interlace with the awkward pinky on the bottom. All right. Pull the hands down a little bit. All right. Opening the chest. Feeling that nice, but not overarching the back, right? Like lifting that chest up. Soften the knees a little bit. Let's come into a forward fold, top of the head towards the earth. And then we can start to straighten the legs a little bit. I'm going to keep my knees just a tad soft and lift the hands up towards the sky. So we did some opening on the shoulders, right? So maybe there's a little bit more movement here than you normally experience. Maybe not. It's okay either way. But just noticing, right? Noticing if that shoulder socket just feels a little bit more, has a little more range of motion. Breathing into this. Nice. Drop the hands back on the body. Release the hands in front of you. All right, let's take a nice wide stance and come into a wide forward fold. So nice wide stance, top of the head towards the earth. Breathing here for a moment. Nice. Lift the chest, right? So the back is flat. Bring the arms out to the side. Nice. Push back a little bit into the booty. Beautiful. Drop the right hand towards the earth, right in front of your face. Lift the left arm up towards the sky. Nice little twist. Go ahead and gently bring the left hand down in front of the face. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Eyes follow the right arm. Breathing here. Nice. Go ahead and bring the right arm down. Go ahead and heel toe the feet together till they're about shoulder distance apart, maybe a little further. And then let's see if we can come down into a squat. Nice. Go ahead and let the palms find each other again. Breathing here. Good job. All right, come onto your bottoms. Bring the legs in front of you and shake them out a little bit. Just shake, 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 shake. All right. We're going to come onto our backs. We're going to do a little twist, and then we're going to come into our final meditation together. So I would suggest that you bring a little bit of padding underneath the spine. I don't know. I always just feel like it feels kind of nice, right? We're going to bend the knees. Okay. We're going to bend the knees. We're just going to pause here for a moment. So feet are on the earth. Knees are bent. Bring the arms out to the side like a T with the palms facing up. All right? And so just taking a moment to notice how this feels compared to how when we were laying down before, right? Is there a larger sense of openness in the chest area, in the upper back? All right, so from here, we're going to bring the knees in towards the chest. If you need to use the hands to help that along, go ahead and do that. And then from here, we're going to roll the palms down so that they're connected to the earth. We're going to drop both knees down to the left. Oh, nice. Okay, so now once the knees come down, it might feel nice to roll the palms up. It might feel nice to roll the head away from the knees. And breathe into this. So let the right arm get heavy, right? Let the legs get heavy. Nice deep breathing. Jaws relaxed, face is relaxed. Go ahead, roll the palms down so they're connected to the earth. Inhale, knees and head to center. Exhale the knees over to the other side. Again, once they come down, you might want to roll the palms up and roll the head away from the knees. And breathe. Deep breathing and a twist. All right, little massage for the internal organs. Roll the palms down. Inhale, knees and head to the center. Go ahead and place the palms on the knees, just below the knees at the top of the shin, and let's bring the legs into concentric circles. So we're going to drop them away from each other, circle towards the front, and then back towards the chin. So circling away from the body and then in. Breathing as you go. A couple more times in this direction, and then we're going to reverse our circle. So push the knees away, let them drop out, and then roll them back in. Nice. Couple more breaths here. And then squeeze the knees into the chest. Just hold the knees into the chest for a moment. Maybe lift the head, lift the chin, lift the nose, tucking in a little bit. Right, creating a tiny little ball, like getting as small as you can, rounding that back. Slowly release the shoulders, the head, the arms, the feet onto the earth. Let's pause here for a moment. And then go ahead and release the legs down onto the earth. Gently rock the head a little side to side. So you might want to take a moment to lower the lights, take a moment to get comfortable. All right, I'm going to come into our meditation here, so I want you to seriously take a moment to get nice and comfortable. So we talked at the beginning of class about that feeling of fullness, right? That feeling of contentedness. We do a meditation a lot. Those of you that work with me know we do that unconditional love meditation. So we're going to do that tonight. So taking a moment to relax the body. So coming into the breath, like checking the breath. How's the breath? How's the body? Maybe starting to slow down the breath a little bit by pausing at the bottom of the exhale, pausing at the top of the inhale, pausing at the bottom of the exhale, pausing at the top of the inhale. Not enough to get panicky, right? Just enough to slow it down a bit. Nice. Allow the feet to relax, the ankles, the calves, the shins, the knees, relax. Allow the thighs to sink into the earth. The pelvic floor, the buttocks, the hips, relax. Allow the belly to relax. The lower back and the waist are tension-free. Your internal organs are healthy and relaxed. The spine, the spinal cord, the vertebrae, relaxed, released, connected to the earth, open, spacious. Feel the shoulder blades get a little heavy, right? Imagine the collarbones widening, opening, shoulders pour from the body. The arms get heavy. The wrists, the hands, the fingers relax. The back of the neck and the throat is relaxed. Your fifth chakra, that bridge between your head and your heart, is a clear, open channel. The base of the skull is wide. The jaw, the mouth, the tongue, the lips relax. Relax the cheeks. Let the skull get heavy. Forehead brightens, crown chakra opens, the entire body is completely at peace and relaxed. And take a moment to bring into the forefront of your imagination an unconditional love, an uncomplicated love. So that is usually a small child or an animal. It's not your significant other, it is not your parent, your sibling, it's probably not even your best friend. And if you can't bring into the forefront of your imagination an uncomplicated love, picture a puppy or a kitten. And as that being is before you, notice what that does to you. Notice what that does to the cells in your being. Perhaps the face softens and smiles. And perhaps that feeling, that sense of smiling in the face, spreads to the cells in the body. Like, imagine what it would feel like if your cells could smile. And then just allow that sense of uncomplicated love to fill you. Like, feel the way that it fills your being from your heart center out. So that each cell in your being is smiling, is content, is experiencing a sense of fullness and completion. It's knowing right now, in this moment, all is right in your world. Everything is possible and nothing is necessary. Everything is possible and nothing is necessary. And so taking a moment to thank that being for their participation in your meditation. And release them back into the universe, back into the greater consciousness. Ever so gently coming back into the present moment, perhaps wiggling the fingers and toes, like aware of the breath, aware of this feeling of fullness, this feeling of contentment, this feeling of peace. And when you're ready, gently rolling over onto one side of the body, like you'll know which side is most appropriate, just rolling onto that side of the body, supporting your head, bending the knees, hugging this feeling to you for a moment longer, knowing you've done something good for yourself, you've done something good for the planet. We have the ability to project peace out into the world, one breath at a time. And then using the hand that's in front of you to gently push yourselves up into a comfortable seated position. Nice. And just taking a moment to one more time, allow the palms to find each other, right? In front of the sternum, in front of the heart, bowing in gratitude and grace and humility. Feeling that, right? What does that feel like? And as we lift our chins, imagine that feeling of gratitude and grace and humility just floating out across our planet, like enveloping our planet in this sense of ease, this sense of contentment, this sense of fullness. If you care to, we can chant Om one time. So we take a nice deep breath in. We say Namaste. I wish you light and happiness. I thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Go out there, spread some of that peace out into the world, right? Take care of yourselves, all right? Thank you.